Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to do my second college football game of the day, the second bowl game. Tonight, I actually got the Alabama-Oklahoma game, college football playoffs, first round. Started the first round, and we have 3 more games tomorrow. Let's get this one in here, such a long bowl name. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. The NC State Wolfpack beat the Memphis Tigers 31-7. Wow, thrilling, man. First game I covered today was 41-6. Oh man, it's only 31-7, man. NC State, neither team scored in the second half. This game was over by halftime. Hell, the first game I watched today, Western Michigan, Kansas State, was over by the first quarter. This one was over by the second quarter. C.J. Bailey played a really good game. I like him, man. He's a really good quarterback out of NC State. I think he could be maybe a future quarterback on Sundays. Maybe. We'll see. But they defeated them 31-7 in the Gasparilla Bowl. Neither team scored in the second half, but this marks NC State's first bowl win since 2017, which is kind of crazy to think about. 2017 was their last bowl win, and they finally break that streak here in the big 2025. And it seems like this Memphis offense is like terrible. Like, they had an FBS best 50 straight games of 20 plus points until the regular season finale versus Navy, and they have 2 straight games under 20 points as NC State limited the Tigers, thanks probably to their lowest scoring total of the season, has to be. Or their lowest scoring output since October of 2021, a 24-7 loss to UCF. NC State just dominated. That big first half proved to be all that they needed to get this win. Biggest win the ACC's had in months. You know, nice bowl win to close out the season for NC State. Won 5 of their last 5 games, including ranked Georgia Tech, rival UNC. Now, the biggest question will be, will C.J. Bailey be back? I think it's really your biggest question if you're North Carolina State, NC State. See if you get him back. But I think he's gonna be a future quarterback on Sundays, man. But the linebacker, NC State, Caden Forehand, was really damn good in this game. He was the MVP of this game. 13 tackles, 1.5 TFLs, and an interception. He's was believing All-American. So, great. He played really super good. So, yeah, not really much really to say about this game. It was another blowout. Feels like most of these bowl games kind of been... they've been up and down. Like, there's been some close bowl games. There's been some blowouts so far. It's kind of been up and down so far. Got a really mixed bag, but... yeah, NC State gets the 31-7 win. Neither team scored in the second half, but NC State had such a big first half, they didn't even have to score in the second half. I feel like Sutterfield leaving Memphis, they probably weren't really trying in this game, honestly. I feel like, for the most part, they weren't really trying in this game. Like, you can just tell from the start, they just weren't trying. But yeah, we'll get takeaways from this game. We'll go over the stat sheet, though. First of all, I want to get the stat sheet out of the way, and at the end, I'll cover some wrestling news here at the end of this video. Let's go over the stats. C.J. Bailey, 14 of 25, 221, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Had a rushing touchdown as well. 3 total touchdowns in the game for C.J. Bailey. He's super underrated. People haven't really talked about him most this year, but he's been a super underrated quarterback. That's kind of the question why I asked, will he return to NC State? Because if he does, I feel like maybe NC State can be a good team next year, depending on if he returns. Because I feel like their best offensive player this year. So he played a pretty good game. Didn't have to do anything in the second half because it was 31-7 at halftime. Jaden Scott, 19 runs, 108 yards, 5.7 yards per carry for Jaden Scott. And Will Wilson also had a rushing touchdown. So 116 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns and 3.5 a carry. Wesley Grimes, 3 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Teddy Hoffman, 1 catch, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Noah Rogers, 2 catches, 37 yards. Keenan Jackson, 1 catch, 23 yards. Dante Daniels, 1 catch, 22 yards. Justin Jolie, 2 catches, 21 yards. Preston Douglas, 1 catch, 18 yards. And Colson Fields, 1 catch, 60 yards. They had multiple explosive plays of like 10 to like 40 yards in this game. Multiple plays. Their defense, though, was spectacular as well. 2 sacks, but 12 TFLs. What a game by that defense, man. And Kanoa Vinesat was 1 for 1 on field goals. NC State ends their year 8-5 as the Gasparilla Bowl champions. They scored 14 in the first quarter, 17 in the second quarter. Then the third and fourth quarters, they scored a total of 0 points. For Memphis, Brendan Lewis, 14 to 25, 106, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I just felt like this team was kind of mentally checked out, honestly. You know, they started the year off really good. They were in the top 25 rankings. People were like, oh, they could get a group of 5 playoff spot, but then they just fell off because Sutterfield sucks. A.J. Hill, 6 of 7, 48 yards, 6, 7. Kyer Spain, 9 runs, 65 yards, 7.2 a carry. Brendan Lewis, 11 runs, 51 yards, 4.6 carry. Frank Peasant, 11 runs, 21 yards. Memphis is a bunch of peasants. Marcelo Bussey, what a name, 3 catches, 34 yards. Jamari Hawkins, 4 catches, 32 yards. And a touchdown. TJ Holmes, 3 catches, 28 yards. Spain, 1 catch, 15 yards. Anderson, 1 catch, 15 yards. And Close, 1 catch for 10 yards. They had 2 fumbles and lost one of them. Their defense had 3 sacks, 7 TFLs. And Spadik was over 1 on field goals. Memphis ends their year 8-5. 0 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter, 0 in the fourth quarter. Let's go over the team stats. Get my final thoughts here. And then we'll wrap up this recap and then move on to the little wrestling news to end the video. NC State had 17 first downs. They were 5 of 13 on third down, 0 for 2 on fourth down, 337 total yards, 116 rushing yards on 33 attempts, 3 a carry, 6 penalties for 56 yards, no turnovers, 25 minutes time possession for Memphis. They had 17 first downs, 8 of 17 on third down, 0 for 3 on fourth down, 303 total yards, 149 rushing yards on 36 attempts, 4.1 yards, 6 penalties for 65 yards, had 2 turnovers for 1 fumble, 1 interception, and 33 minutes of time of possession. So yeah, let's get my final, wrap it up here, give a final thoughts. Just, you could just tell from the first drive to the end of the first half, their offense was cruising. They finished 3 of its 4 drives for touchdowns, kicked the longest field goal of the season at 51 yards, and punched in one more 40-yard passing touchdown on the final drive for good measure. C.J. Bay was averaging like 23.6 yards per reception in the first half, and they had 5 receptions of 20 yards or more. And by the end of the first half, the Wolfpack's offense and then the near pick 6 posted 31 total points, which set a new halftime record at the Gasparilla Bowl. But Bailey finished with more than 3,000 yards in the season, becoming the 7th quarterback in NC State history to surpass that. So yeah, could this be some momentum for 2026? We'll just have to see, man. They need to try and keep the offensive pieces around C.J. Bailey and himself to try and build towards something. They had an explosive offense. They need to bolster its defense with several critical losses to graduations. They need to try and bolster that in the offseason, but yeah, man, 31-7 is your final score. That's really all I say. So, just tune in for the bowl recap here. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace. Let's move on to wrestling. A little bit, talk some wrestling to end it off here. So let's get into the wrestling. So via Body Slam Net, Trick Williams is expected to be called up to the main roster soon. I think they're going to call up to SmackDown. Try and bring some life to the show. They're going to call up multiple NXT stars to SmackDown, most likely, to try and make the show better, because they're going to 3 hours. Why the hell not? Just try. See if you can do something. Because right now it's just not it. And he didn't call up anybody, 3 hours would be even worse. So, yeah, Trick Williams expected to get called up soon. Whenever the hell soon is. So, advertised for SmackDown tonight. United States Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes. Wyatt 6 versus the MFT. Tag titles. Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes versus Do It Yourself. Julia versus Alba Fire. And the Kabuki Warriors versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend. This looks trash, I'm not gonna lie. Ilya, Mello, and DIY will pretty much probably carry this shit. Another garbage SmackDown, dude. This shit's gonna be ass. Yeah, I'll mostly be watching Alabama, Oklahoma. I'll still recap SmackDown tonight, but just from reading the advertised card and the spoilers, sounds pretty fucking boring. Sorry. It's just it is. SmackDown's just so lifeless, man. So let's get into it. So, certain TNA talent have been contacting WWE due to uncertainty and short contract offers. WWE's reportedly been telling TNA and AEW talent that they have reached out to them that they aren't looking to hire new people right now. Bullshit. This is from the Wrestling Observer, so take it with a grain of salt. Bullshit. Oh, all of a sudden, Dave has backstage sources in TNA. Sure, man. So, source from WrestleVotes, Fightful Select. Fucking stupid notifications. WWE has been working on a documentary chronicling John Cena's retirement. Is probably targeting mid-2026 release, with Peacock being the likely broadcasting platform. Now, there was reportedly a match order in place originally, which would have seen Cody and Obafemi go on last at Saturday night's main event. Just say y'all were wrong and move on. It's not that hard. Dave with more lies. Just stop. So, Source Wrestling Observer. there's reportedly talk of WWE's podcasts moving to Netflix. Podcasts are for listening. It's not for Netflix. Nobody watches them anyways. Besides, I might watch Cody Rhodes, but that's it. WWE is reportedly planned for a crossover with Stranger Things. Oh man. What is happening? So, Source, WrestleVotes, Fightful Select. So, the WWE's reportedly planning for the 2026 Royal Rumble to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's in Saudi Arabia, so 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m., like... It's 2 p.m., man. Come on. There better not be any other sports that day. Mick Foley is reportedly aware that his stance against WWE's relationship with Donald Trump would cause him issues for his touring business. So, due to the botched finish causing Thea Hale to beat Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's Championship, WWE is reportedly changing backstage policy for NXT. Previously, NXT talent were allowed to leave the show once their content had been filmed. However, due to the botch causing major issues to WWE Creative, the new policy will mean all NXT talent will be required to stay till the end of the show. This is like when that one kid fucks up in class, and then everybody gets homework. The one kid that's interrupting the teacher. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, honestly. I don't really watch NXT, so hell if I know what they're gonna do. Maybe that's why you shouldn't do taped episodes. I know you want to get them time off for Christmas and yada yada, but that's why you shouldn't do taped shows. But, yeah, that's really, all I gotta say for this video. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.